PUA, a Wednesday, May 6th update. This is LALATE. Thanks for tuning in. Day 8 of this channel. As always, subscribe and like the video. We have all your comments. As promised, we're getting to your comments right now. And so here we go. Tim says, when I go to apply for unemployment on the EDD website, it won't let me get to the PUA application because one of the first questions is, have you worked outside of California in the last 18 months? Tim, in California, there's only one application. There's not a different application for PUA. In California, the EDD decided that there would be one application for both PUA and unemployment assistance. You go through it, and at the end, there's certain questions that are unique to PUA. In other states, there's a different application. So know what goes on in your individual state, and it will assist you. He also says, how can I get to the PUA application if I worked outside of California over the last 18 months? Well, if you are living in California and your work is in California as of March 2020, and your work was impacted by COVID-19 and you're an independent contractor, you can apply. You might be eligible. SB says, hey, big question, not for me, but for someone else who's collecting PUA and is making $300 for driving Instacart. Will they be able to know, do they check this information? Sure. When you report your weekly benefits, you're supposed to indicate in every other state what you made during that individual week, and it will reduce your benefits accordingly. In California, if you certify for benefits for one period of time between date of application, which is March, all the way up to, I think it's May. But if there's any change, you're supposed to contact them and update it in your profile. Chris says, I applied through PUA through EDD on April 28th. Shows I was paid several weeks ago. The question is, how long does it take to get your debit card? And do you have to wait more time? Great question. We addressed that yesterday, and again, I'll do it today. It takes about 4 weeks to get your debit card normally. It could take longer. 4 weeks is under a non-pandemic situation and under normal thresholds. I would not be surprised it takes 8 weeks. I am anxious to see what starts happening in a few weeks from now. If you start to get your EDD PUA debit card, comment below, and we want everyone else to know when you got it. So let's share each other's information, and we'll proceed accordingly. All right, David says, I think they ran out of funds because it seems that a lot of people are only getting partial payment for some weeks. No, David. The way PUA works is you get base level benefits. So your base level benefits are what you're certified. There's no such thing as a reduced PUA benefit unless you indicate in your application that you worked during a prescribed week, then they will reduce it. But no, that's not how the system works. Beto says, I exhausted my benefits from after February 2nd, so I tried to apply for PUA or do I apply for PUA or start a new claim? Doesn't give me extension. Oh, he's saying that EDD does not give him an extension. Same problem we've been addressing. We dropped in some of the comments below a link to an LA story. There's a problem on the EDD website with PUA. If you are a employee, you are entitled under the CARES Act 1 for an extension for unemployment benefits for additional weeks. So if you exhausted unemployment benefits, you are impacted because of coronavirus, you're entitled to extension. That extension is automatic. There's a problem with the EDD website that's not allowing that to be processed. If you exhausted your benefits as an employee, you just don't jump to PUA. PUA is for independent contractors only. Ducky says, thank you for answering my question. I'm going to check my portal now. I'll be back and share my information. So we answered Ducky's question, and she's going to go into the portal. We must have answered a question yesterday. She's going to go in the portal and see the update tomorrow. Okay, so Lion has a question. I filed 2 separate tax returns, one personal with a full-time W-2 and a part-time 1099. I have 2 business files. I'm so confused now. What do I do? In Atlanta. Okay. So it's not that confusing, Lion. Basically, the application is asking for what was happening when the pandemic hit. If when the pandemic was hit, you had only self-employment, and that self-employment, as a result of the pandemic, you had your hours reduced, either full or partial, then you apply for PUA. It's as simple as that. Dexter, I applied on 4/28 for EDD. It's now showing 0 balance on the certified tab. Anything else to apply? Anything else to do to get the 0 balance? Yes, Dexter. So if you applied for PUA and you're on EDD and it doesn't show any activity, it doesn't show it's approved, Actually, I take that back. It says it's approved, or it says your benefits have been certified, an account has been set up. Then you need to go into the Certify for Benefits tab. The Certify for Benefits tab is changed on a regular basis with EDD, but the current version is you need to certify for benefits in California one time, and that will get you your benefits paid from March till May. In other states, you have to certify for benefits every week, so that's the difference. Spartacus, your info was helpful for California PUA. I applied on the 28th at 6:30 a.m. Oh, wow. Got an account created the same day, logged in, kept your tips in mind, finished the process, certified this Monday. Oh, he got certified this Monday. And got total payments in history of $4,234. Spartacus is getting $167 minimum, and the $600 shows as an add-on in transaction details, was issued to his bank on May 1st. How long do you think it'll come via mail? Excuse me, I misread. Was issued by EDD card on May 1st. How long do you think it'll come by mail? Thank you for your hard work. Big question. I don't know. 4 weeks normally. Their usual processing time is 4 weeks. It's processed by B of A. It's not processed by it's not processed by the state. So if the state drops all the information to B of A and B of A sends out this debit card, I don't know. I don't know who sends out the debit card. If it's sent out by the state, or if the state or the card is pressed by B of A and then the state sends it out. I'm trying to figure out where resources are being exhausted. If B of A is helping the process, then maybe it really is 4 weeks. But it's normally 4 weeks. But I'm worried about the pandemic could be longer. All right. Tim says PUA states if you're scheduled to start a job for employee and then they rescind the job offer, you qualify. Is that for self-employment, or what does it say for employer? All right, so PUA. Now, Tim, remember when you're talking about PUA, you were talking about a self-employment situation. So PUA is basically whether you lost a gig or a job as a self-employed individual. So if it's asking that question as an employer, it's asking it for unemployment benefits. Remember, employer, you have no employer as a PUA. As a PUA applicant, you are self-employed. Your employer is not yourself. So if you lost a job because of employer, that does not apply to you. Basically, look at the last eligibility criteria. That one is that as a result of the pandemic, you were unable to get to your work. You were unable to work in full capacity or were reduced to partial capacity. And with that, oh wait, we have some more. Well, David says that he's worried that funds are going to come. David, I don't think that's the issue. I really do think that PUA funds are going to happen. I think they're going to come in a major regard. I think it's going to be backlog. I think what we're going to see on this channel in the next couple of weeks is basically when funds come, when the EDD check, debit card is issued. But as always, if you have comments or questions, drop them below and respond to them tomorrow. Stay with LA for more.